So Somizi started feeling a certain way.
Yes.
And it was mainly about work.
It was mainly about work. It was mainly about the friends that I made, which you didn't like.
Can I maybe ask, is it the Fergusons?
They are part of the list, yes. And he wouldn't. There are certain people that he wouldn't want me to converse with. Maybe if we are in a class, and there will be people either he's had a history with, or people that he doesn't like. And
so the form of jealousy,
yes,
or control
more than jealousy. And sometimes I wouldn't really get it because he wouldn't maybe explain to me prior that I don't like these people because 1, 2, 3. It would just be, no, don't talk to them. They're not nice people or whatever. I mean, there was a point where I was planning on working with the Fergusons. I was speaking with Connie, and then all of a sudden, she stopped speaking to me. And Sean as well stopped speaking to me. 2 years later, which was last year, I find out that Titi went to them and told them not to give me a job. And then I confronted Somizi, and then he confronted Titi, and then they broke up as friends. But I figured that Somizi probably told Titi to go and tell the Fergusons not to give me a job because he's the only person that I spoke to about the conversation I had with Connie and Sean. So there's been quite a lot of opportunities that I've been missing simply because he would either make sure that I don't get them, or he'd say to me that I shouldn't go for them, or mention that I'm working too hard and I'm not focusing on the relationship. So that kind of put me in a difficult spot because I'm young and I'm trying to build so much and so hard. And he's not liking that because he feels like I am building too much and I'm not focusing on the relationship. Yeah, so it became.
So where's your frustration in all of this? How do you feel?
So I am feeling like he's not understanding that he's being unfair and he's trying to control me in all of this. And it's like he doesn't want to support me as much as I have supported him in everything that he does.
Yeah.
And with people already thinking that, I am his shadow, and I just wanted to pull myself out of that. But it was difficult because I was not getting the support from him. So that's where my frustration was.
I see. So in terms of, so that's like the function,
yes.
the excuse to be frustrated, not necessarily excusing the frustration, but the excuse to explore some more flaws. Now, in the media, you guys are also pinned up in the sense that, like, firstly the gold digging, secondly the fact that you guys cheat on each other.
Yes.
I've heard that things like you guys are, and this is all on Twitter.
Yes, yes.
The fact that you guys are in an arrangement, but you guys are in an open marriage, that's what they call it. So can you address those things for me?
So the arrangement, he has mentioned that, or rather he said it in passing, that how would I feel if he would go out and have other sexual partners apart from me, or bring in.
He's the one who initiated the conversation.
Yes. Or bring in other sexual partners into the house. How would I feel about that? And I wasn't comfortable. He's like made comments like, if we're in a club, he's like, why don't we take this one home? Or when we were in Amsterdam, he wanted us to have a threesome with someone. So he's always given me those vibes, but I've never really entertained them.
Okay.
And I think what was frustrating him is that I'm not really a sexual being, and he loves sex. So he used to bring that up because he felt like maybe I'd say it's cool because I'm not someone who loves to have sex, so it's okay for you to have sex. And
so you agreed to it?
I didn't agree to it, but I felt like it happened anyway.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. I felt like it happened anyway. I could see it.
Okay.
But it was never agreed as in, okay.
So this is after the marriage?
This is after the marriage, yes. And then the cheating, look, I think he has thought that I cheat on him. I've cheated once on him. Yeah. That was in the very beginning of our relationship. But after that, he's always had his thoughts that I am cheating or I am busy with someone. Which I didn't really like fight or deny.
Does he know that you cheated on him in the beginning?
Yes, he does.
And had you cheated on him because he had cheated on you, or you just cheated on him?
So
because it was the beginning of a relationship.
So the beginning of the relationship, I hadn't ended my relationship with this person when I got into a relationship with him.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So when I got into a relationship with him, I still had this lingering thing with this person.
Sure.
And I didn't break it off, and he found out that I'm still, busy with this person. And then I cheated, basically, because I had a relationship with him. But there were certain people that he would talk to on the phone in a particular way, which I also kind of figured that these are people that were there before me, which he probably did not say to them, okay guys, cool, I'm in a relationship. Yeah. So I didn't cheat on him because he was doing that, but I just didn't end things with that person.
I hear you.
Yeah.
And is this person famous? Did this person make him feel lesser, or?
This person is not famous.
But within your circles, obviously we don't know who you dated before. But
oh yeah. No, he's not famous. He's a young boy who obviously everybody found out, and then Somizi fought him, and then
oh, this is no.
This is
no. Who you dated is no.
Yes, no.
Okay, cool. Yes. All right. I don't need to know who that person is because that's not where we're gonna go. But okay, so there's that. Mm-hmm. When you got married, was it still what we saw on TV, or looking back, or did you know that this thing was then built on shaky ground, or?
So I knew that it was built on shaky ground. The reason being, in 2018, I resigned from work because a whole lot was happening, and I just got my first influencer campaign with NSFAS, and told them that I'm going to do this thing with NSFAS, and he wasn't really for it. Yeah. But I wanted to do this, so I lied to him and I said, I'm going to Durban for something else. But then I told him on the day, of me leaving that, well, I lied to you and actually this is where I'm going.
Yeah.
We had a huge fight about it. Cool, I did my NSFAS thing in Durban, did everything, came back. Came back on the Friday, then he beat me up. Totally hectically. Like my ribs were broken, my tooth was falling out, scratches. Properly beat me up.
No, bro.
Yeah. And then
so he got So he got physical with you?
Yes, like extremely physical. Then I left the house for the weekend. Prior to that, just after we dated, there was a weekend he was in Durban and I was in Johannesburg. And our relationship was probably 3 weeks old. Then he found out that I didn't sleep at my place. I slept at my friend's house. We're not staying together. I came back Sunday, I found him inside my estate waiting for me.
Yeah.
Fine, he decides, okay, I'm going to...
This is the Uber guy. Oh, my food. Shit.
Sleeping at my friend's house. He feels like I shouldn't do that. And then I said to him, I feel like it's very early in the relationship for you to be telling me what I can and what I cannot do. And then I said to him, I don't want to be in a relationship where I feel like you're going to control.
Okay, wait, before we go there,
yes.
What do you say when he's hitting you?
Nothing. I just stood there. Well, on the floor.
Dude, is this happening in the house? Is this happening in the house? Sorry, man.
Like now, if I had to do it, I would be so in my head. So much more. He's moving in like it's right when he's playing one of those type of characters. It's like just constantly talking about who she was, what she did, how she did it. It's formed as it goes. It's formed as it goes. One thing to get right is medicine.
This is like a Meghan Markle interview. What the fuck?
Yeah.
No. Are you
I
comfortable talking to me?
Yeah.
Because I don't want you to feel like I'm gonna take this and tell him I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
But what I do want to do is get a full picture of who you are for the purposes of the show and for the purposes of just further figuring out an exit. Because I want to be able to around it. And the reason why I mentioned I want Meghan Markle or whatever is because I want to be able to say maybe during the show when it is, there's like a proper interview. You know, I always try to support the shows, whether it's never really Eminent's initiative, but I try my best to, whether I do an interview on the bar, whether I do an interview on this or that, so I can understand the magnitude of the story and how much we can sort of plant here and there.
Yeah.
So, does anyone know this? Did you tell your parents that he was fighting you? Are you like that with your parents?
I am, but they don't know about
The physical.
Yeah, I told my sister. I don't want to tell them because they were going to get very furious, and I don't know at that point.
This was after the marriage, or
no? This was just
before.
Yes.
Okay. Or this is still shaky ground.
Yeah, I didn't want them to sort of like hate him, and so I just kept quiet.
But when it's like you're aware of the media, you're aware of everything. If you're coming home,
yes.
What the fuck, bro?
I know. So then he decides that. So I say to him, it seems like you want to control me in this relationship.
Yeah.
So I think before we go far, let's just end this. Because you are questioning why I stepped away, why I met this person. And I don't even know what you're even doing in Durban. Because you said you were going to work. So we're not even at that level where the communication is very present in the relationship. So I took my keys and I walked out, took a knife.
He took a knife?
Yes. He took a knife. The knife was here. The door was there. I was about to exit. So he says to me, if you exit, I'm going to kill us both. So I take my keys and I run to this exit. The knife is here. He grabs the knife. Before I hold the door, he says, if you walk out, I'm going to stab you. Literally. So now I am seeing this different person.
This is before you get married?
It was before we got married.
Mohale.
I'm seeing a different person, and then I get shit scared. And then I walk back into the house. He says, no, let's sit down and let's talk. He cries. And then we moved on. Then the second incident was when he hit me. When I came back from this NSF thing, because I lied to him, and that happened. Left for the weekend, and I still went back.
Sure.
Yeah. Then 2018 Idols finale. Now I'm telling you about the shaky stuff. Yeah. We are at the finale, and then his ex comes to him at the after party. They start talking with the ex. I get irritated. I say to him, you spent 20 minutes talking to this person in my face. and we both know he's your ex. He's like, no, but we're talking about casual stuff. I'm like, doesn't matter. Fine. We get into the car, we're on our way home. Then he says to me, who are you talking to? So I'm chatting on my phone.
Yeah.
I'm talking to Tristan. He says to me, why are you talking to Tristan at this time of the night? I'm like, because I was out and about and I'm only reading my text now. But if you want to see what he's saying, in case maybe you're insecure here. And then he says, no, I don't want to see. Lock my phone, we get home. And then while we're in the house, we just got there, he calls Titi. He says to Titi, yeah, Mohale this baby, now he's talking to people. I then get into the car and I drive out, hearing this conversation. So as I'm driving out the gate, I see him behind with his car. So he's trying to follow me to see where I'm going. So I drive, and then he's flashing his lights, and I don't stop. And then he hit me off the road with his car. Hit me off the road.
You always used to drive the G-Wagon?
No, I was driving my Audi.
Oh.
He was driving the G-Wagon. So now I'm driving and he's trying to...
In a weird way, I like the story because it's so superstar. In a way, like, it feels like Hollywood shit. But I'm very worried.
Yes. Then, so I'm trying to drive fast because I can see what he's trying to do, because he comes close to me and then he brakes. He comes close to me and then he brakes. And I
this is
accelerate.
at night?
This is at night, like 2 a.m.
Okay.
I accelerate.
So the road is empty.
The road is empty. So he then comes to the left, I'm on the right. He accelerates and then he bumps into me, like to push me to the left. Luckily, there was nothing on my left because the car immediately went all the way to the left. It was just like grass. Stopped there, the entire left side, bad. Causes a whole huge. So then one of the security people from one of the complexes sees what's going on, approaches, but Somizi then runs towards the car before it gets close. He said, no, we're fine. He got into an accident. I'm trying to help him. It's fine. You can go. Ended there. We didn't speak. I left. I stayed with my friend for like a week. Came back, apologized, and I went back. So by the time we're getting married, I was very scared of this person because of the things that he's done. So I got married to him, loving him, but also...
So what, wait, we went to Paris?
Yes.
This had happened?
This happened after Paris.
After Paris,
yes.
Okay.
Yes. This is after Paris, like during...
So you're engaged now?
Yes, we're engaged. So now, before the actual wedding, those are some of the things that happened. And not to say, I mean, I was perfect. I mean, I was also...
What do you think you were responsible for?
I think maybe I was... Somizi wanted me to love him in a certain way, which I probably weren't able to. And I said to him, I admit that maybe I am not really... Like, he would try and tell me, no, this is how I want to be loved, this is what I like, and I would maybe try, but those things would feel like a job to me. Because I would now have to try too hard because he says this is what he wanted. So I think I was not really playing my part in loving him the way he wanted to be loved. And yeah, I think, because I mean, I've never done anything physical to him, or I've probably maybe hurt him emotionally. I've probably maybe hurt him with the words.
What comes across is like you're a bit cold and distant.
Yes.
Yeah, because we've seen some of his live stories, and we can all sort of like bring it back to you. And kind of like your demeanor is very, like distant and to yourself, and very much like not self-involved, but like very aware, and so you keep to yourself.
Yes.
You
so
know,
he didn't really. That's not what he was looking for in a partner, and it became too difficult for me to change into the type of partner that he wanted, because sometimes it would feel like I'm cold. I'm not being.
But were you being cold though?
I wasn't being cold. I thought I wasn't being cold.
But do you think you could have met him halfway? Did you meet him halfway? Did you try?
I tried. I think I tried.
Okay. Because I'm trying to find, and from your mouth,
yes,
what was wrong on your end. Because yes, this guy has hit you, has done all that stuff, and that's not excusable. But it is. I wonder why you stay. Is this now where people say you're gold digging? Because they can tell.
So the gold digging part, I don't really. Look, I don't really think I'm a gold digger.
Yeah.
But I like nice things.
Okay.
I'll admit that. And I met him, he likes nice things, and he introduced me to a bigger lifestyle of nicer things, and I enjoyed that.
Sure.
But I'm not really sure if gold digging is Somizi gives Mohale money. Because that never happened.
I see.
Yeah. The only things that he would do for me are things that we would do together. Traveling together, or him buying me a Louis Vuitton bag, or whatever that he would buy me. But there's never been a time where Somizi has said, here's cash for you. And there's never been a time where I have said, I need cash, or I need an allowance, or I need...
So if you're not working, how is he expecting then for you to be financially okay? So have you had that conversation with him?
We have. So there were instances where he would say to me, I shouldn't work, and he will provide whatever that I need.
Okay.
But I refused. I said, no, man, it's not me to just sit and be fed and but we did have the conversation of him saying he'll do everything for me, and I should chill. When I said I'm going back to school last year in January, I enrolled and I said to him, look, I'm going back to school. So, yeah.
Where did you work before?
I worked at Liberty, I worked at some part of group, and Open Show.
And okay, so where do you think the gold digging comes from?
I think the gold digging comes from, I've never really voiced out who I am from the beginning of the relationship.
Okay.
And Somizi is a very flashy and romantic person. So it came across as if he's always doing everything for me. And I've never really voiced out to people where I come from, where I work, what I do. So in essence, when they will look at the relationship, they will only see that Somizi is the one who keeps on doing.
Yeah.
And Mohale is doing nothing. Therefore, Mohale is there for that.
Thanks.
Yes.
So you involve parents now?
Yes.
Things are getting married. People are... But firstly, your sister says, no, fuck.
Yes.
We see that in newspapers.
Yes.
There's apprehension from the family. That's what we hear. But what we see on TV is that everyone's okay with it now, especially when you guys went to go recce a location where things would happen and whatnot. Now I'm looking at this from TV, so because I wasn't on set, right? So I'm looking at from the footage that's coming in. I'm looking at how your mom, your dad, who's a church guy, comes in. So there's a double thing there. There's you being gay, and then you getting married. 2, in fact, 3 things. 4, to a celebrity, and to somebody who's very old, older than you, rather. But you know that he's hit you. You know that this is shaky ground. This is where I go, but okay, maybe you were scared, right? As you've explained that. Because before you explained that, I was like, but if there was ever doubt, why did Mohale then include parents? Why did he go all the way? I understand that you were scared, but I still want to ask the question, now that I know the stuff that happened, why then still go through it? And did you think it would? Yeah.
So number 1, yes, I was scared. 2, when we would talk after the incident, he would like really promise that he would never do it again, and that I pushed him to an extent for him to do that. So at the end of the conversation, I would feel like part of what he did was my fault. which then put me in a position to say, okay, it was also my fault, so it's okay. Let's move it. So with all of the incidents that happened, we would have a conversation of saying, okay, he would apologize and say, I would never hit you again, but please don't do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because that gets me to a point you push my buttons. Then I would also then feel like I did something wrong. But then when I was in it, I didn't feel like maybe he was playing some sort of reverse psychology on me. Only later did I think, but he was just trying to make sure that I am also there to blame, so that I don't either leave or put the blame on him, or maybe go out to the public and tell them what he did to me. So I think those are all of the factors that made me stay, because at that point I thought I'm also wrong and I pushed him to do this.
Sure.
Therefore, it's okay for us to move on, because he says he'll never do it again.
Okay. So there's that. Umama no baba bathini manje? What are they saying?
So currently, they don't know everything.
Okay.
Yeah. They just know that. Somizi told him that he's unhappy and he wants to leave the relationship. And he said that because I am not treating him right, I'm not loving him the way that he wants to be loved. He wants to be loved in this particular manner, and I'm not it. Therefore, I need to exit his life. But when my parents told me this, I didn't tell them the stuff. I just said, okay, cool, if that's what he wants, fine. So, although they kind of know the kind of person that he is, through some certain incidents that my sister has told them, but I've never really voiced out. So, for now, they are thinking that Somizi is unhappy, and Mohale acknowledges that Somizi is unhappy, and he's accepting to leave the marriage because Somizi is unhappy. Mohale is also unhappy, but he's never really told us why he's unhappy. The only thing I told him about was, Somizi doesn't want me to work. Every time I have to work, he refuses, or he wants me to go on his gigs. When I have a gig, that's what I told him. So they think my only reason for unhappiness is work.
And what do they think? Do they think you should work, the parents?
They really think I should work. They think I should, finish my degree and stuff. They've always been.
How old are you now?
I'm 25.
You're young, bro. I'm sitting here across you as a 32-year-old man. I'm like, 25.
Yeah.
So that means you met him at 22.
22.
And you were married at 24.
24.
Yes. That's, and I mean, I think you're quite mature. So age is nothing. But that's definitely a brave Mohale. Yeah. So, did you love him?
I did.
Do you love him?
I love him, but I'm not in love with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think this could work again?
At this point, ish. So, to be honest with you, when we are separate, I become alive. I become very productive. I get things done. But when we're together, I get slowed down.
I see.
So I started resenting him
because of that.
Because I would say, for example, I have a meeting at 5 p.m. No, you can't be out of the house at 5 p.m. So your meetings must be in the morning until 3 p.m. Or I'm working late. No, you can't work late. That does not make sense. You're married. Or,
so a curfew.
Yeah, I have a gig in Cape Town. No, if you can't go together, you can't go alone. The gigs are clashing. You're gonna have to come with me and tell those people to postpone. Things that would a lot of the time suit him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've been out of the house for a few weeks, and
Did I not see a picture of you though recently in his house? No, maybe that was.
Sorry, no.
There was a rumor that you guys take pictures ahead, and that's celebrity. That's some celebrity shit. I think it's celebrity shit, but you have to clear that up for me. There's some rumors that you guys took pictures ahead, so that you would have a bank of them because of your separation, and you didn't want the media to sort of.
Oh, I saw that.
Is that
somebody said I go to the house for photo opportunities.
Yes, especially the smoothies and then you're out.
I haven't been to the house now in a month.
And are you able to access the house?
No. So when I went to the house to like go fetch my stuff, he told security that I no longer live there.
Yeah.
So he wrote a note at the gate that Mohale no longer lives here.
You changed your surname at some point. There was like a change on Twitter. Somebody picked that up. Was that because of? Did that happen?
No, it didn't happen.
Okay, because I think they thought that you were Mohale down Jongo.
Oh.
It was like a double barrel, and then you got rid of the other.
No, I think it's because my name on Twitter is Mohale de Ohomotau. So sometimes people get a bit confused with how
it sits.
Yes.
So you're better without him in the sense that because you're productive.
Yes.
And when you're with him, you slow down, but it doesn't mean these are bad things. You still haven't answered my question. Would this thing still work?
I think from where I'm sitting now, today, at this moment, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know if that would change. But for now, no.
Okay. Do you think are you 99% sure, or are you 50% sure, are you 60% sure?
I'm 80% sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's the 80-20.
Yeah.
The other thing is, how comfortable and where and how far do you want to go because reality is like this. Reality is a bit of context to move forward.
Yeah.
Right? You always, like we know Somizi's past, and we may not go into detail in the reality show, but there's context.
Yeah.
So how far do you what is your plan? Let me put it that way. Like, how do I show that you are moving forward?
So I just want to see myself doing more of the things that I've always wanted to do.
Like what?
In terms of like work,
would you have, let's say, a chat with a friend to let us in first on your state of mind?
Yes.
Would you perhaps say, I want to have a chat with my parents about it? And I think that you need to be briefed to say,
yes.
Because this happened on TV, I don't want this thing to be a splat in the media, I need to say it, or whatever, but in front of you guys.
Yeah.
Would you do that?
Yeah.
Do you think they'd do that?
I think they would. They take more directive as to what makes me comfortable. And as long as they are comfortable and they're not like put on the spot or anything, I don't think it should be.
Would you be in a situation where you want to do the divorce on TV if it ever had to happen?
I think it would depend on
Do you guys fight when you meet, or are you cordial when you talk? Do you ever talk? When last did you talk?
We spoke the day I went to the house 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
When I wanted to go fetch my stuff, and I called him and he was like, no, I don't live there, so I can't come in. We don't talk, but we don't fight.
Okay.
We just
distance.
Yeah.
Like Meghan Markle and like the brother and Harry and William. Okay.
So the divorce, it depends on the route we are taking.
Well, the route we are taking is the only route that you want us to take, and him as well. So I need to be able to find the middle ground if it's two different things.
Yeah.
But if it's the same thing, all I want is dignity, though. I don't want things that, because I don't want to be making Real Housewives.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not that. I really, really just love story. And for me, this is like a social, vibe. So I'm not trying to be facetious in any way. Yeah. So I want that to be clear that in anything we do, I think our brand of TV is very much like real.
Yeah.
We don't script, we don't do anything. So when I say it's whatever you're doing, and we'll chop around it to say, Because you don't want a whole 18 minute play out as divorce. We'll show a snippet of it to say, oh, this is in progress, you know?
So, just to give you like a bit of context. So, Somizi and I didn't sign anything when we got married.
Okay.
So, my dad's friend, who's a lawyer, I had a meeting with him yesterday. Because Somizi sent me a message and said, I need to bring back the rings. I need to give him back the rings. So I wanted to find out from the lawyer if that is allowed.
Yeah.
And what are my rights in this whole situation? We didn't sign anything. And he said, according to the customary law in marriage in South Africa, because we stayed together and we had a traditional wedding, we are automatically married in communal property. Yeah. We are automatically married in communal property. Therefore,
what's his is yours and what's yours is his.
Yes.
Oh,
that is going to make him angry. And I don't want it to get it. Because I said to the lawyer that the only thing I want from Somizi is for him to give me a car because he bumped my car.
Yeah.
And I just want my clothes. That's it.
But that's fair.
I don't want now to be saying, I want your house in Durban, I want this. That's not the route I want. I just want him to get me a car, and that's it, and I want my clothes.
But are you being honest?
I'm being very honest.
Okay.
And also because he didn't want us to sign because he probably also had ideas that I want to marry him for his money or for his estate. But he also didn't know that by us having a traditional wedding, we are automatically married in communal property.
Are you going to use that card if it comes to that? If it ever comes to that?
I
just say you don't get the card.
Yes, then he would need to know that we are married in communal property. So what I want to say to him is we are married in communal property, but I don't want half of your estate. What I want is, by law, I'm supposed to be getting 50% of whatever that you own. But I don't want that. I want the car. But if you're refusing to give me the car, then we're going to need to go the big lawyer route where you're now going to be forced to give me half of your assets, which I don't want. So that's how we're going to play it out to him, and then he would need to make a decision.
Of course. I think he'll get you the car.
Yeah.
Okay. And are you destitute? Are you okay?
I think I'm okay. Look, things started getting bad last year in October. November things were very bad. I wasn't at the house.
You guys didn't spend Christmas, New Year's, December. That again, I'm thinking from the media. You know, it's like
we always spent Christmas together. We didn't spend any other time together. So me being hurt, I sort of started dealing with it from November. And I'm not saying I'm not hurt now, but I am not as hurt as I was in December when I saw everything just crumbling down. Us not talking, him doing his stuff, I'm doing my stuff.
By stuff meaning moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
Are you dating now?
No, I'm not.
Okay. But you have?
I have spent time with people.
Okay, not one person.
Yeah, two people.
Okay, cool.
Because I was trying to
And do you think these people are trustworthy? Because how does this come out?
Yeah. So I think trustworthy, yes, but loyal, no.
Are these famous people?
No.
But when I say famous, because I'm not referring to the country, I'm saying, are they popular in Joburg?
No, they're not popular. I mean, the other guy is just from Free State.
Okay.
The other guy is from KZN.
Where about in KZN? Durban?
In Durban, yes. He works in Durban. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you think it will ever leak? That's why I'm asking, like, where about in Durban? Do you think it will?
So I haven't made things official or any serious for maybe people to think I'm dating.
But I mean, I'm saying if you're spending, you've been intimate.
No, we've spent time together, like lunch, chilling with friends.
Okay.
They know that I have an interest. They have an interest, but we've also established that because of what's happening now, we really can't do anything, because should it come out before I, sort of settle my divorce, it's gonna look bad.
Of course.
Even though, I mean, we might have privately moved on.
Yeah.
But, and I also don't want to throw this poor guy into the deep end where people are going to be attacking.
This guy opened?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Say we had to do like a young spin-off.
Mm-hmm.
And first, would you be open to that?
What sort of spin-off?
Like your own reality. The thing is, I'm trying to figure out things. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Say I had like an opportunity somewhere, and I would necessarily want to figure out if this thing would work.
Mm.
Because now you have to be able to bounce into something.
Mm.
And for the life of me, I'm scared of doing that, but I want to do it because it's dope and it would give opportunity for us and you elsewhere, right? No, and I'm not necessarily mentioning, it's SABC One.
Mm-hmm.
And like I've got the Saturday slots.
Mm-hmm.
I've got something on Thursday as well. And I'm trying to figure out like if it's a reality show or if it's something else. Because you don't want to say, because you've left, now you have your own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you want to be able to authentically do it. You want to be able to just say, this is befitting, it's that. Which is why I'm asking you these questions, because part of what I want to plant is like, you're okay. And you're ready to move forward.
Yes.
You're ready, and by the time we exit you, you're good.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't be doing this for nothing. You know, I would want it to continue. I would want the interest to be there. I would want it to be in a situation where we are, ending, continuing.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, okay, but what good has come out of this now? In hindsight, you're looking at your life now. I see money. I see two things. I see all these things.
There's a whole lot of things that are coming surprisingly now.
Yeah.
Like a whole lot of things. And I mean, I probably thought that because of what's going on, brands might be skeptical to want to work with you.
But this is why it's important to exit properly.
Yes.
Without catfights, without...
Yes.
And so, you know how Megan did... I'm so inspired by her picking Oprah to necessarily... Because also Britain is powerful, so she can't necessarily... So all that stuff I'm inspired by, and I want to have this conversation with you because I don't want to destroy that, but I want to further it, right? So if ever we do anything, then that whole power is there, you know?
Yes.
So, yeah, I don't want to destroy that. So if you're saying there's good things, we must only just extend that.
Yes.
Yeah? So I think, allow me to just think over this. If you're saying work-wise there are good things, if you're saying privately you are thinking of moving on or there's a potential, that's good. If you're saying you love him, you're just not in love with him, that's also good because that still remains dignified. That's still kind of, I think we need to show respect to your parents, to be very honest with you, and I think we need to show respect to Bahumi at some level.
Yes.
I think your exit should be quite dignified.
Yes.
I mean, I love you guys at the funeral. There were already rumors, but you were there, and that's what you're doing is actually quite smart, and it's the right thing to do beyond strategy.
Yes.
So I want to support that, and I want to be able to just say, okay, let's then be allies in making sure that this thing comes out as it should, and nothing will come out without you seeing, right? Now, we're taking care of your side, which means that there's the other side that I'm also responsible to, and I care about the other side. I want that to be known, like, even though he's a bit like, but I genuinely care beyond, right? So yeah, it's something that I've always had, and for this property, and because he's given a lot to us, you know, in the sense that he's given us the opportunity, and we've given the opportunity as well to be a part of each other's lives like this, and I can only appreciate that. So I don't want to ruin that, but I also don't want to be off balance when it comes to you. Yeah?
Yeah.
So wish me luck, because I need to figure out something and then bring back to you to say, are you okay with this?
Cool.
All right.
No, I'm happy with that.
But overall, are you good? Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm good. I think what keeps me sane is that I don't want to be malicious towards him. So he's my husband at the end of the day. I don't hate him. You know, and I appreciate also the role that he played in my life in many ways. So it's just that things aren't working out, and because we're also in the public, it becomes magnified.
Yeah.
And you can't really, you know.
I almost want to say, I want to sit you across someone, archive or sign contracts that this will not come out, or anything until you have consent.
Okay.
You've given us consent. You consent us to shoot the interview, like a sit down. And then we will bank it, keep quiet.
Okay.
So that if anything ever happens, you're, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying he's gonna kill you. I'm just saying, like, if he ever tries to shut you down, if he ever tries to, we've got something, you know? And I think as well, you would need to press go on it whenever you want to. Right, so I'll try to figure that conversation out with you.
Okay.
But I do want to do a sit-down interview with you.
Okay.
Not myself. I'll put like somebody who's wholesome and nice about it, like somebody who isn't a journalist, somebody who is just a real human being, and we'll curate not curate, but like we'll produce a show that is a tell-all of sorts.
Okay.
And then lock it down.
Okay.
Archive. Only your signature will release that interview.
Okay.
And I'm doing this only because if he says then we cannot shoot. If because you never know. If he says and then what we'll do is we'll try our best to raise money for that to also pay you on that.
Okay.
All right. So let's just try to figure that out.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Would you be open? Maybe this is me pushing my luck, but like a Showmax special, an SABC One special, an interview like that. He would have the same opportunity.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's see what we can do. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Let's move back to this thing.
Thank you.
Now I feel like I'm paying you for what you just said. I'm not. I should have done this in reverse. Okay, Mohale. So what we're doing with that form, this is not you signing off this conversation.
Okay.
This is you signing something that was long overdue for the channel's filing system.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that they expedite so that we can pay you the rest of it. Yeah. Sorry about last week as well, because I wanted to give it from my thing, but when the business gets affected, I get affected, so I can't do much until the business is fine. Transfer. Can you open up your app for me?
Okay.
Are you on Geo Payments? You'll say receive payment there. Clam Troop. What do you guys do there?
Hold on. I'm not. Wait, which account is it sending it to?
Clam Troop. Is that fine? Or do you want to pick another one?
Yes.
Do you want to pick another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay, I need to start again.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm on Clam Troop now.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Confirm. Select receive payments.
I'm here. Already selected.
Inform the recipient to select set up an account that the payment will be made in. So you need to choose that account again.
Okay, hold on.
So I'll cancel it again.
Okay.
And I'll pay someone. Says claim troop. 15. Okay, done.
Cool. Thank you.
I appreciate your patience, brother, but we are dealing with a bit of a Mon stuff. Yeah? Cool.
Yeah.
I wish you well, bro. Like,
Thank you.
Like, call on me anytime. I'm not God, but like, yeah. I've never had a relationship with you, one that I would have wanted any time. So maybe this is the opportunity. So just chat constantly. Let me know what you need. Even beyond these payments, like just let's see what we can do.
Okay.
Yeah, don't suffer.
I shall do that.
Yeah, it's very important that you are safe and fine and you know, like a queen.
Bye, Cream. Nobody scratched me. Sorry. Thank you.